Hello everyone. Today let's study about the parts of the ulcer and in detail about the edges of the ulcer. Here we need to see two diagrams. This is the longitudinal section and this is when we are viewing the ulcer from above. So this pink color is notation for the normal skin and this is from where the ulcer has begun. So the margin is the junction between the normal epithelium and the ulcer. What we see directly if we observe the ulcer from above is the floor of the ulcer and the edge is the part between the margin and the floor of the ulcer. Now base is under the floor of the ulcer, which is not visible if we view the ulcer from above. Base can be palpated. So when we palpate the floor, what we feel is the base of the ulcer. So the base is below the floor of the ulcer. Now this is when we are viewing the ulcer from above. So this is the normal skin and here is where the ulcer has begun. So the margin is between the junction of the normal skin and the ulcer. What we view from above is the floor of the ulcer and the edge is in between the margin and the floor of the ulcer. Now let's study in detail about the edges of the ulcer. The edge of an ulcer gives us a clue to the diagnosis, but it also tells us about the condition of the ulcer. For example, if the ulcer is spreading type or if it is healing type. Do watch the video till the end because I have given the images for all these ulcers and their edges. So the first type of edge is the undermined edge. Now undermined meaning this is the skin and here a pocket is seen beneath the skin. Okay, so this pocket is seen beneath the skin at the edge. Now this type of edge is seen in conditions where the destruction is more at the subcutaneous tissue level than at the skin. So when we observe this ulcer from above, it will appear as smaller than it actually is because these pockets will be present underneath these skin tags. So this type of undermined edge is seen in cases of tuberculosis and also in ulcers of bed sore or the pressure ulcers. Now coming to the next type of edge, that is the punched out. Now here the edge forms a 90-degree angle with the floor. Now this type of edge is seen in trophic ulcers, in diabetes mellitus. It is seen in cases of arterial ulcers and also in cases of gummatous ulcers, which is seen in cases of tertiary syphilis. Now these punched out ulcers, they are rarely of the spreading type, they rarely spread. Coming to the next variety, that is the sloping ulcers. Now the sloping edges seen in an ulcers, this sloping edge is indicative of a healing ulcer. Okay, so in healing ulcer, granulation tissue will be seen at the edges. Also, if we try to palpate it, there may be the blood which may be seen. So these are indicative of a healing ulcer. Also, sloping type of edge is also seen in cases of a venous ulcer. Coming to the next type, the rolled and pearly white. Now why pearly white? Because these rolled edges, they appear like white pearls on the skin. This is characteristically seen in basal cell carcinoma or the rodent ulcer. Coming to the next, the raised, everted or cauliflower edges as we call them are suggestive of squamous cell carcinoma. Now let's see the images for various ulcers. The first is this image shows ulcer in the case of tuberculosis. This image shows the ulcer for bed sore. Next, coming to the tropic ulcer seen in diabetes mellitus, where a punched out edge will be seen. This image shows an arterial ulcer where again a punched out edge is seen. This image is of a basal cell carcinoma where rolled and pearly white edges are seen. Also, the prognosis of basal cell carcinoma can be given on its location based on the Ongrens line. Next, we see the image for squamous cell carcinoma where the edges are raised and everted. This is a sloping edge which is seen in the cases of a healing ulcer. Now this image, next image was asked in NEET PG 2022 where it was asked to diagnose this image, the ulcer with a sclerotic rim. So this is an image for neuropathic ulcer. You can also go through these images which is given in the clinical manual of surgery by S. Das. Thank you, and let me know in the comment section if this session was helpful.